Itron Inspire, and I'm talking to Stefan Zschiegner with Itron. Hello.
Hello.
Nice to see you. Okay, so we're talking about EVs and the grid, and the big question is, can the grid handle the influx of EVs? So my question to you, Stefan, can it?
Well, that's the big question, and all of our customers are really wrestling with this question. In the past year or two, I would think people looked at this across the country and worldwide as a problem of the future, like way out there. But the more we are talking to them, they realize that the adoption is happening much faster than we think. When we think about this, there's three areas. First, the residential area. And in the residential area, the adoption, is starting in some neighborhoods. And imagine that already 3 cars that charge at the same time on a single transformer could overload this transformer. They realize that this can be a really big future problem, and it's actually happening already in some areas today. When we think about the planning for fleets, as now trucks come out like the Ford Lightning or other trucks, schools getting electrified. The transportation electrification is a significant challenge. The grid is not prepared for this, and our customers acknowledge this as one of the top problems to deal with.
Wow. Okay, so we've got distributed intelligence from Itron. So how does that help?
Yeah, so we started to develop this technology, distributed intelligence, which is our term for edge compute. We started to develop this actually already in 2014-16, and this actually has quite matured over time. One of the key use cases that our customers are looking for right now is really how to leverage this technology to create insights on what is actually happening on the low voltage grid. One of the key things to look for is, where are these electric vehicles actually showing up? And we can now use this edge compute, this additional sensor at the edge with very high resolution sensing to detect where the vehicles are, where they are charging, and at what rate they are charging. So we are starting to provide information to the utilities to actually learn about what the problem is they're trying to solve, because they really are not having good insights today. That's the starting point. Over time, we think this technology at the edge provides a whole lot of opportunities for the utilities, not only to detect and analyze, but to create programs around this and to manage this actively, rather than looking this as another pressure point for them to deal with.
Yeah. And then you recently authored an article on Power Grid on my website.
Okay.
Thank you so much for that.
You're okay.
But you talked about revenue benefits that utilities can see from distributed intelligence and EVs. So elaborate a little bit.
That's exciting. I mean, at the end, the utilities are not only looking at these challenges as additional cost, but also as opportunities to change the business models. And there's a lot of stakeholders involved here, and in particular, there's an opportunity to engage with the consumer. To engage with the consumer, either residential or commercial, to create new services. So the utilities actually have the opportunity to provide services such as better time of use rates, better services of managed charging, to provide make-ready programs to understand for the consumer, where is my house ready for this electric vehicle that I want to buy? What charger should I buy? How do I combine the route management for my fleet depot together with my energy consumption? Am I ready for this today, or do I need to wait 5 years for an upgrade of my infrastructure? So these all questions are opportunities that offer the utility an opportunity to increase the service level, engage in a different way. And I think this is super exciting. It's a whole new era to come, and it's actually for the utilities to really take advantage of that change.
Yeah, those are great points. I mean, so we have like 1 more minute at the most. So talk about fleet operators, and let's talk about distributed intelligence for fleets.
Absolutely. So, for us, the opportunity with distributed intelligence to really take transactions at the edge is really, one, we have the opportunity to leverage the distributed intelligence, which is a sensor and a control point at the edge, to also communicate and control and manage and optimize behaviors or equipment behind the meter. So for example, we can optimize the solar generated on the roof with the fleets that need to charge and to have a schedule to meet at a certain electricity load in order to then be ready for the next day. So there's an opportunity for us to help the utilities to provide services as a technology provider, such as charging management, planning of electrification of the transportation era, and then to operate this as we enter this and provide this technology to the utilities so that they can enhance their services. And distributed intelligence is a technical foundation to operate all this at the edge.
Absolutely. Oh, Stefan, thank you so much for talking to me today.
Absolutely. Thank you for the opportunity.